guys, welcome along to episode 46 of the Solihull Moors Career Mode series here on FIFA 20. Again, this will be a slightly different episode to the usual ones because we don't have any games to play. We're just getting through the last 2 months of the calendar, and on top of that we will do a squad report, but there are a few things that we need to take care of first, and the first one being that we got £1 million in prize money for finishing second in EFL League 2 and getting promoted. We've now hit one of our targets with the board, which was to have a player from the youth academy play 50% of the games in a season. So that has been accomplished. So yeah, as we head out here now to the objectives panel, you can see that the only one that we haven't ticked off the bucket list, well there's two, but the one on the major objectives that we haven't ticked off is the financial one, which is to finish the season with a profit margin of £18 million. We will actually make that target, as I've looked at the projections, and it shows that we will be over the 18 million and actually closer to 20 million pounds. The only other one that we haven't actually completed is the brand exposure, which is to sign one crucial first team player assigned to a forward position. Now, I've got somebody in mind for this, but you're going to have to wait till the end of the episode and then I'll try and get a deal over the line. Okay, just a bit of transfer news here to let you know that the Jamaican Benjamin Charles has been sold. £560,000 was the deal, of which we will receive £375,000 into the transfer budget. Okay, so Hans Magnussen has just come back with his scout report, and I've already binned everybody off the list. Sasha Webber, though, has gone to Perth Glory as well, who we had on the list from last month, so we'll also remove him now. Okay, and Joel Cook out in Ireland has added 2 players to his list. Neil Gillespie with an overall between 34 and 46 and a potential of 57 to 77. And O'Neill with 45 to 61 with a potential between 69 and 95. We'll monitor all these players going forward. Okay, and Oliver McDonald down in Chile has a few more players on his list, and we'll start at the bottom because the reason for that is I need to show you something with the last player. So Acuna, 42 to 60 overall with a potential of 61 to 87. Duarte, 39 to 55 with a potential of 58 to 84. And Rivero, 51 to 73 with a potential of 55 to 79. Now, although the potential isn't massive, at 79 rated, he'd still be pretty decent, to be honest, especially in League 2. And he's worth £650,000, so he must be quite high in that overall as he lands in the academy. So we're going to sign him up and see what he's made of. Okay, so just to let you know, Rivero has come in as a right-sided midfielder. He is a technically gifted player and he already has 66 overall. So his potential is a bit of an oddity, 55 to 79, because obviously it's 66 to 79. And we know that obviously the potential system can be adjusted this year. So let's see what we can make of Rivero. Okay, so interestingly, we've just moved over to the first of the month and I came into the youth academy, and Rivero has already made some changes. So he's shifted his potential from 63 to 83, so he's already going up, and that hopefully will continue to climb as we go forward. Okay, so just a bit more transfer news here, as Ian Peterson will leave the club once the transfer window opens for £125,000. We've also done a deal here for Tyler Bell. He heads to Leyton Orient for £220,000. Okay, you love to see it. Our manager rating has climbed back up to 66 as we've signed that crucial player that I talked about at the start of the episode. Let's show you the squad, how it stands, and introduce you to the player that I've just signed. Right, boys, here we go. So Andre Thomas has gone up by 4 overall this season. The Jamaican is now a 70 overall keeper and our first choice in the lineup as it stands. His deputy is Elliot Kelly, who's actually slightly older than him, and he's gone up by 5 overall this season to a 67. Duhu, up by 6, has potential to be special. He's now a 69 rated left back. McCutcheon, up by 5 overall, can play left, right or centre back. Is now an overall of 66 and a really good talent for the future. We have got him on the loan list though, as obviously we've already got Duhu and Cockrell Mollett occupying the slots in the squad. Diagon has just been brought into the squad because he did say that he would want to leave the youth academy if he didn't get a signature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer list him now because I don't think we've got enough room for him in the squad with the quantity of left backs we've already got here. Next up, we got Callum Cochrane-Mullet, the player that we bought in Season 1. A brilliant left back for us, and will now play in the games that we play as the away team because he's got slightly less of a rating compared to Doohoo. Next up is Jamie Watson, left or right back, has 61 overall, and I don't think he's going to make the cut, so we will add him to the transfer list. Max Allen, another one of the original players here in the Solihull squad, has been magnificent for us and can play either centre-back, centre-mid or right-back, and usually occupies that right-back role. He's now got the Ekin Fenway body and has a 67 overall, having gone up by 2 this season. Duncan Campbell, hell of an important player for us in the first 3 seasons, so I can't see that changing much as we carry on into Season 4. Has gone up by 3 overall this season and now sits on a 69. Dwan Patterson, one of the Patterson brothers, can play either centre-back or left-back. The 20-year-old Jamaican is showing great potential and has gone up by 2 overall this season to a 70. Harry Pearson, the young Welshman, 62 overall, can play centre-back or centre-mid, and he's really an understudy here at the club at the moment. Ewan McDonald, out on loan at LAFC, can play centre-back or central defensive midfield. Hasn't grown at all this season whilst he's been out on loan, so will likely be sold once he returns. Benjamin Charles is already leaving the club, although he's already gone up by 3 this season. Tyler Bell will also leave, overall at 57, with a rating increase of 1 overall this season. Frank Ziegler has been brilliant for us this year. He's gone up by 6 overall and now sits at a 66. Robert Berglund, gone up by 3 overall, now on a 64 and one of our highest rated right backs and an exceptional talent, only kept at bay by Max Allen at this stage. Dare O'Connor also gone up by 4 overall, only 17 years of age and has plenty of time to grow. He can play at right centre back, he can play at right or centre back or left back, should I say, and he's a really good player no matter where we seem to play him. Kirk Mitchell, really like to play with this guy. He might only be 62 rated, having gone up by 1 overall, but he's a very good right back and has done a very good job for us in the second string squad when I have been in charge. Ian Peterson, the 16-year-old right back / centre back, only has 54 overall and will be leaving the squad when the transfer window opens. Rob Ross has been brought into the squad because he threatened to leave the youth academy, and again I can't see him really making the cut, so he has been transfer listed. Bueno joined us when we lost Volpini in the transfer window, and I haven't really had much time to play with him because he's been in the main squad in the simulated games, but he seems to be doing pretty well, and at 69 overall I think he will stay around for a little while longer. Eddie Patterson, a fantastic player for us, 65 overall, having gone up by 4 this season, and again has been pretty solid when I've been playing with the team in the away games. Barry Hamilton, he is the next new big thing. Just joined us from the youth academy as he was ready to step out and head off onto other pastures if we didn't give him the option. He's only 16, central defensive midfielder, centre back or central midfielder, and he's showing great potential. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how he operates when we put him into the squad. Tom Pearson out on loan. Again, I'm not really seeing that he has much potential here in the squad, so when he returns from that loan spell he will probably go up for sale. Dylan Morris is loan listed because I'm still looking to give him the opportunity to grow. At 19 years of age, the left midfielder has grown by 5 this season. Denny Alic, another player that we bought in as a free agent, has been fabulous for us in the simulated games. He's got 71 overall now, having gone up by 2 already this season. Ian Taylor, bought in from the youth academy during the early stages of last season, I believe it was, and he's showing great potential. He's gone up by 3 overall this season at a 71 and still remains in the first team. Pierce Rafferty, one of the long-standing players here at Solihull Moors, has reached 31 now and he's starting to decline, but he still plays really well. Just can't get him onto the field all the time because of that low rating, and other players obviously taking precedence. He does get fatigued pretty easy as well, so he does tend to come off the bench to get the game time. Henrik Fredriksson, again, been amazing for us this season and has scored quite a number of goals. In fact, let's take a look, shall we? He's had 33 appearances and scored 7 times for us with 4 assists. So a really good return for the Swedish player here, who is showing great potential. Gone up by 3 overall and has 63 overall as his rating. Moussa Dadi out on loan. It's gone up by 3 overall to a 60. And again, probably when he comes back to the squad at the end of the season, he will go up for sale. Lucas Peterson, 65 overall, has gone up by 3 this season. And again, another brilliant player for us in from Sweden. He has had 48 appearances and scored 9 times, assisted 7. And has an overall average rating of 7.3, which just goes to show how good he's been throughout the course of the season. Jason Campbell will leave when the transfer window opens, 62 rated and has gone up by 1 overall. Ollie Roberts is loan listed, again a player that I think might have some potential, but it might take a very long time for him to get there, so we're just biding our time with him. Patrick Gray will leave for Cosenza when the transfer window opens, 64 overall and has gone up by 1 overall. We'll keep an eye on him just in case he comes to something, maybe bring him back into the squad at a later point. Alpha Wayato is on his way out of the door, gone up by 3 overall to a 62. Brendan Fitzpatrick will join Leyton Orient when the transfer window opens. He's got 57 and has gone up by 1 overall. Scott Evans, a fantastic player for us this season, and although he's marked down as a left winger, has spent most of his time occupying the right hand side for us when I've been playing on the away games. Really talented player. Hope that the Welsh Wizard can continue to improve and keep the next man here, Lance Allen, out of the squad, who is very unhappy with us down to his play time and the team performance according to what he's got down at the bottom of the list there. He's still only 60 overall and has gone up by 2 overall points this season. 23 years of age. I'm not sure Lance is going to be sticking around for much longer. We might look to ship him on. Lloyd Smith, the Welsh centre forward who plays out on the left wing in the away games, has that something special and has gone up by 6 overall this season to a 66. Again, a player that I really started to get on well with at points throughout the season, especially when he cut in from that wing position into the centre forward position to get those goals that he bagged. Well, Barry Kullock has gone up by 3 overall this season whilst being out on loan. The Djiboutian now has 67 overall, and it'd be interesting to see how we can fit him in when he returns. Brendan Rafferty still on the transfer list as he submitted a transfer request quite a while ago, and that's partly why our manager rating I think took such a dive when it did. He's gone up by 6 and he's now at 74. I really don't want to sell him, but if we get an offer in, we have to listen to it because of the way that he's been transfer listed. I've already staved off 2 attempts by teams by just being a bit tricky in the negotiations, but I'm not sure I'll be able to do that for much longer. Josh Benning, he arrived when we were in the last transfer window. I haven't really given him a huge amount of game time, but at 68 rated and gone up by 1 overall this season, I think we can perhaps get some more out of him as we go down the line. Cossey Harbour, 4 overall increase to a 65. Not sure he's going to make it, to be honest, because I just can't get the game time for him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him on the transfer list and see if we can get any decent kind of offers in for him. Hopefully that will then get him some game time elsewhere. Bjorn Nystrom, what can I say about this boy? Appeared 39 times this season and scored 24 goals for us, 8 assists. Drops into that hole magnificently to link up play. He's now a 75 overall, and I can only see him reaching the very high echelons, although his status doesn't suggest so. Will Cox out on loan at Cremona. When he returns, I think he'll be up for sale. It's gone up by 3 overall to a 62. Okay, and so just a quick wander through the youth academy as well. We've got Johannes Bergström on a 56 overall, still 15 years of age with a potential of 78 to 88. We got Daniel Rizzo, 51 overall with a potential between 70 and 78. Roberto Rivero, 66 overall, which is what he came into the squad with a potential between 63 and 83. Jerry McAvoy, 46 overall with a potential between 72 and 80. Joseph Brennan, now this guy is going to be impressive once we bring him into the squad. I've been holding off, just waiting to see what we can do with him here in the youth academy. He's 19 years of age, has an overall of 67, potential between 89 and 99, so a pretty special player he's going to be, and he's worth £1.6 million. Can't wait to see what he does when he arrives in the full squad. Thomas Byrne, 55 overall with a potential of 66 to 76. Fabio Romano, 49 overall with a potential between 65 and 81. Oscar Clark, 47 overall with a potential between 74 and 82. Anthony Jackson, an overall of 57 with a potential between 73 and 81. And then lastly, another sterling player that we're going to have come through the youth academy here. Alistair McCutcheon is 17 years of age with an overall of 69 and a potential, yep, you see it right, between 94 and 99. I'm holding out as long as I possibly can with him here in the youth academy before I get him promoted into the main squad, because, you know, I don't know if we're going to hold on to a player like this, to be quite frank. 1.9 million is his valuation whilst he sat in the youth academy, but that is probably going to skyrocket as soon as he goes into the main team. And again, I'm looking forward to getting him in there and seeing what he's made of. Okay guys, so here is the player that I've signed to appease the board. Jordan Graham, who plays for the Wolves, has played for a number of other Midlands clubs as well and has been out on loan to a plethora of teams in his career. I've had him on other career modes in the past when I've been Warsaw and the likes, and he's always been exceptional. Plays well above the 70 rating that he eventually gets to, and at £750,000 for his release clause, it was a no-brainer really, especially as obviously it helped me to appease the board in terms of that crucial role that we needed to fulfil in an attacking role. So Jordan will join the club for the start of next season, and we will play with him in the away games because I want to see what we can do with him this time around too. Right guys, so the last scout report of the month and the season comes in from Johannes Magnusson, and honestly there was some absolutely terrible players on here, and the only one that comes close to having a decent potential is Daniel Schinkel, so you can imagine how bad the others were. Potential for him is 51 to 75. I hope Johannes finds some better talent going throughout the start of next season because he's certainly let himself down here in Germany. But as we know, he has been an exceptional scout for us thus far, and I'm not giving up hope on him yet. Okay, and Joel Cook out in Ireland has 2 players on his list. These are the last 2 that I am actually going to take into the squad here from this report. We have Philip Moran with an overall between 51 and 65 and a potential of 76 to 98. And we have Neil Callaghan, 47 to 65 with a potential between 69 and 97. Okay, and Oliver McDonald down in Chile has 3 players that we're going to bring into the squad. Vicente Ojeda, 43 to 55 with a potential between 62 and 80. Alberto Acuna, 49 to 65 with a potential between 69 and 91. And Santiago Cuesta, 45 to 65 with a potential between 59 and 85. Right guys, that's it for this episode, and I hope you've enjoyed it and the season in its entirety. Obviously this one was just a catch up on the squad itself, so you can get prepared for what we're looking at for next season as we move on up into League 1. Don't forget that we won the Carabao Cup and the Leasing.com trophy this season as well, so we'll have to try to defend those. But for now, I'm out of here.